Are you waiting for all the news to be released in occasion to the CP Plus? Let's start today. Let's start with Sigma. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from One Lens Only, and today we start discussing this new news that will be announced for the CP Plus. I've not been invited, so I'm behind the scenes as well as you, so I'm gathering info here and there. And today it was Sigma Day, so they didn't invite me to Japan, but I saw they released couple new glasses, one for APS-C, it's a zoom glass, another one for full frame for wildlife photography, so it's not on my interest. But what it is on my interest is this brand new camera body, which is the Sigma BF. Now, I don't know if you remember, a few years ago they launched the Sigma FP, and everybody, we were all so amazed by its sensor. It was a movie on or something like that. It had incredible qualities, but the camera body didn't sell that much. I honestly cannot understand why. I also saw Zeiss, they had a similar camera body, and it was supposed to be all done in the camera, also the post-processing, the sharing, the whatever. But this is a brand new concept, so it's minimalistic, it's fair and square. What you see, this camera is made out of an entire block of aluminum, so they say it's the very first in history carved out of one single block of aluminum. I'm not sure about it. I think Leica did something similar, or maybe they also had the base plate and the upper plate. But anyway, the construction is awesome. It reminded me of the very first iPhones, so the same kind of premium look and feel, and also the color. You can have it in gray or in silver, and also Sigma released some primes colored silver to match that camera. So what has to be said about this camera? Why is it so special? So first, it's a full frame camera, super fine. Today, I don't say it became the standard, but it kind of did. And then it had the L-mount. L-mount, it means some sweet glasses can be mounted on that camera. And then let's start with the minuses, because there are some things that are super cool about this camera that are making me willing to try it out, but some others are kind of restraining me from purchasing one, because for $2,000 I guess you have a lot of choice. So the first thing that makes me scratch my head is that this lack of a mechanical shutter. So it has an electronic shutter. I don't know how fast this sensor can be. Of course, it's not a global shutter, so some limitations in 2025 I can live with, of course. But pairing with the electronic shutter, it also lacks an in-body image stabilization, meaning that you need to match it with glasses that have an optical stabilization inside those glasses. And so there are not so many out there. I remember when I was using my Lumix, I had this 16 to 35. If I'm not wrong, it had the optical stabilization, but that's a big chunk of a glass to pair with this teeny tiny body. And so this is a tiny body with a great construction with the L-mount, but no IBIS and no mechanical shutter, and also no memory. It only uses internal memory. Now, this can be an advantage, but also a lack, because you will have to take all your files out if you fill it. Now, it has plenty of space. It's something like 240 gigs, so you can shoot a lot of raw files if you're shooting stills, and a lot of minutes or hours if you're shooting video. Then you will have to plug it in somewhere and download the files before you keep shooting. So this is a big minus, at least in my humble opinion, because if you're out there traveling for a few days, visiting new cities, whatever, maybe you can have plenty SD cards with you and plenty of batteries, while in this case you only have the top-up battery. So it's a same mechanism I had in my Leica Q2. This is a good thing, but you cannot exchange the memory because it's only internal. So this is one thing again, that makes me scratch my head. The third thing is that it doesn't have an EVF, so it relies only on the rear display, and also the UI is quite intuitive because it's a brand new UI, it's a brand new camera with far less buttons than what we are used to, and so it has been optimized to be used with a touch screen and with this brand new UI, so then you can change the three main settings in your camera if you're shooting stills, so ISO, shutter speed, and f aperture, directly touching or using the similar, that wheel is similar to the ones we had in the very first iPods. So once again, similarities with Apple design. It's a beautiful item. I don't know how much it will be good for usability. Well, probably if you match it to a pancake glass, then you will have it always with you. Now, when I grew up, I had these two big examples from a family. One was my auntie. She had a full stack of glasses. She was traveling with entire bags filled with glasses, any kind of focal length, 2 Minolta bodies with her. She traveled the world. Great thing. The other one was my uncle. He didn't have cameras than his Polaroid, and the Polaroid was always in his car. And then when I inquired him asking, why are you keeping your Polaroid camera in your car, it reminded me of that scene from Top Gun when Goose had a Polaroid with him and could shoot at the MiG. And so it was the kind of thing, I don't know, the habits that you have. For me, having the camera always with you means having it always hanging from your neck, always with you. So it needs to be compact and lightweight, but also the glass needs to be compact and lightweight, otherwise you will have it front facing, and so it's not balanced. You have this thing that is weird hanging from your neck but facing front, and so this, in my humble opinion, needs to be paired with a pancake glass. And then it has 24-25 megapixels, so there's not much crop in you can do in digital afterwards if you need to reframe or if you want to have one glass feed on and zoom in afterwards, which is totally fine because with such a small compact camera, they describe it as a rangefinder style mirrorless camera. So I still have to make my mind about this description, because rangefinder style, I mean, what does it mean? That it's a square. They don't have a rangefinder in this camera. They only have the rear display, not even the EVF. But I can live with that. I think I can put it side by side with my A7C Mark II and having a second point of shoot, because when I'm shooting videos right now, I'm only facing my camera. If I can have two, maybe I can make the videos a bit more dynamic, or I don't know, maybe I can use it to shoot the making of other videos when I will be starting traveling and hiking the mountains here on Lake Como. So guys, please let me know down here if you think it's a suitable option for you. I'm not bothered by the fact that Sigma tried it already with the FP and it was not a success, but they tried again now to set camera bodies, because there are a couple of things when you're thinking about how to manage a company. One is, if you do the same thing and expect a different outcome, why should it happen? But then the world changed in these last few years, and so the other thing that can kill a company is, oh, we tried that, we don't try it anymore. So you have to have a good balance of the two things. And I see Sigma, they keep trying it. They are part of a great M-mount alliance. They are working very well. All their new glasses are to be praised for, because they have an excellent quality. All the art glasses, it just doesn't resonate that much with me because they're big and chunky, but the quality, it's definitely there. So I see Sigma evolving in the next few years and becoming an even more valid alternative to the known brands. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay tuned, because new news about the CP Plus will be discussed and released in the next few days, starting tomorrow with a few announcements from other brands.